Hey everyone, welcome back to Spin the Chainweb with TheCryptoSpyder. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Alpha Slayers Club NFT project. This is another project I found as soon as I got involved with the Kadena community. It's been one I've really liked this whole time, and I like what they're doing with their NFTs and with their project overall. And I wanted to say sorry, it's been a while since I haven't put a video out. I'm actually working on my own project. Hopefully I can drop a video for that soon. I appreciate all the support I'm getting for that from the community so far. Alright, y'all ready? Let's go. So the first thing I'll show you is their webpage, alphaslayers.club. It's a pretty simple just landing page. It's got a bunch of their links here, Discord, Telegram, Twitter. I'm actually not going to go over that in this video. I think if y'all have watched any of my other videos, y'all know how to navigate Twitter and Discord and look at all the channels and stuff by now to go in and see sneak peeks and announcements and all that stuff. So y'all don't need me to go over that. We'll just save y'all that time. They have their light paper here, and then their white paper. So I'll go over that next. Here's their white paper. You can see it was done on August 2nd. At the time, it said less than 2,000. They decided on 1,500. It actually started as a 10,000 collection, and they've decreased that down to 1,500 to make it more unique. I heard on the Spaces the other day that they've actually got 264 traits for those 1,500. I don't know how many of y'all know much about NFTs, but for a 1,500 collection, you could probably do 20 to 25, maybe 30 traits and be pretty good with that. We're doing 264. So these are going to be very unique. A lot of different characteristics to them. You'll see it says mint date to be announced. It's actually going to be October 10th. I'll go over that here in a little bit more. These prices have changed too, I believe. Project overview. It's a cross-chain alpha information hub fueled by ASC Media and analysts from several blockchain ecosystems. Alpha sharing members get rewarded in weekly KDA and NFT rewards from the Treasury. Non-researching NFT holders get access to early insights and promising investment opportunities. There will be 2 deflationary NFT collections. Holders get priority access to follow-up series, benefit from on and cross-chain projects, collaborations, and early access to YouTube videos and research reports. So basically, it's a group that collects alpha. If you find a new project, new NFT project, something that's really promising, you bring it to them, and it turns out to be a good project, you get rewarded for that. So they want to have a whole group of experts cross-chain to multiple ecosystems, find an alpha to bring back to the group. Some highlights of kind of going over that. There's contents, differentiators towards other NFT projects. They want to be one of the biggest research content channels in the Kadena community. They also want to look outside of the community to find other alpha and other projects that could be worthwhile. Talks about some of the exclusive access you get. It talks about finding projects that's kind of hard to do. You gotta have a lot of experience to be able to find the right information you need to see if it's a good project or not. Getting early access to all of that is one of the benefits of being one of the NFT holders. Talks about why Kadena. Talks about as Kadena grows, they feel like they will grow as well. So will the opportunities for collaborations and other investments, as well as the NFT and the KDA appreciation in price. Says they've been part of the early developments on Kadena. NFTs are magnets. NFT projects can be used as powerful mechanism to get people excited about an ecosystem at large. In particular, original profile pic projects have the potential to be recognized by a wider audience through the help of social platforms. First time you saw a Bored Ape on Twitter, you likely didn't even notice. The second time, your subconscious was able to recognize something familiar, but as time went on, you learned that this wasn't just a regular picture. This was something a little bit more. Besides increased visibility, NFTs are an entry point for all retail investors into new ecosystems, as they are easy to obtain, don't require deep studies of protocol, and can captivate individuals on an emotional level much better than any DeFi protocol ever could. And I agree with that as well. This is not just due to the artwork alone, but because of the cult that forms around the most prominent collections. People talk about certain projects and carry that narrative around the social web. As like-minded people flock together and create a movement that goes far beyond a person's imagination. Token utility, as I mentioned, the NFT is a leveraged bet on Kadena ecosystem. This is true if 2 conditions hold: KDA rises in value and the NFT having intrinsic value. While they can hardly influence the price action of KDA, the latter can be greatly supported through outstanding utility. The project comes with the below factors for mint onward, rank, active to passive participation as seen as a holder perspective, access to exclusive research, earn weekly KDA and NFT rewards for sharing alpha, deferred access to future drops from Alpha Slayers Club, airdrops and whitelist spots from future projects, royalties and sales from the secondary market, token buybacks. Just a quick note about the token buyback, something else they said in the spaces a few days ago. If for some reason someone mints, they don't like the NFT, they don't want it anymore, they need to sell it, and they list it at the same floor price that they bought it at or below, they're actually going to come in and buy those lower priced ones and burn them. So that's also why they say it's deflationary, because there's going to be $1,500 to start, but over time, as people try to sell them for a little bit lower, they're going to be buying those back and burning them. So it makes them more scarce over time. Access to exclusive research. The Alpha Slayers token will be a lifetime membership to the club's gated Discord channels, where alpha information will be shared in a thread format by the team, as well as community members. Any member has the opportunity to create a thread if they find some information that might be useful. There will be paid monthly memberships available for ASC YouTube channel subscribers that did not manage to snatch one of the NFTs from the Genesis collection, earning rewards for sharing alpha, while we, the team, will continuously deliver alpha information by interviewing project founders on our YouTube channel, dissecting and analyzing early-stage projects, and writing up research reports. We are establishing a reward mechanism that incentivizes community members to share their alpha on early-stage projects in order to increase the flow of alpha information. These rewards will be paid out in KDA or NFTs from the treasury. They'll adjust the rewards based on the number of contributions. The rewards reserved from the Genesis Mint will be paid out on a weekly basis for 2 years. We plan to replicate this mechanism with future NFT drops, and that way extend the runway, preferred access to future drops. So basically, they're going to give you future drops. If you hold one of the Genesis collection, you'll have access to the future collections. The royalties from the secondary market is going to be a 6% royalty, 2 going to the wallet address of the token holders, 2 to the founders, and 2 remain in the treasury to finance ongoing expenses and future developments. So they will be giving some of the royalties back to the holders. We will use this particular distribution for the Genesis collection. We plan to have additional royalties from future releases partly flow to this collection as well. There may be a chance of future collections having royalties that also come back to the Genesis holders. Airdrops and whitelist spots. So as they find collaborations in the future, the holders of these NFTs could potentially get whitelist or an airdrop from other projects. For the token buybacks, it's a lower page. I'll get to that in a minute. And it also talks about this planned randomness later. Tokenomics. Every decision we take with respect to redistribution of mint proceeds is engineered to serve a single purpose, to increase token value in the long run. In addition to the benefits for individual token holders, a rising token value has multiple desired second-order effects worth noting. Universal recognition as a blue-chip project, thus attracting influential multipliers. Rising value of reserve tokens, thus allowing generous spending on partnership giveaways. Strong foundation for future collections, thus increasing demand in primary and secondary market. Tokenomics play a crucial role serving this purpose, so we will break them down in detail here. So it talks about the collection size here, and talks about how a lot of people just kind of guess on what collection size will sell, which one will do the best, but they don't think that's indicative of the fundamentals of a project, particularly in ascending ecosystems. But we understand how mass psychology works and don't want to waste our time on futile subjects. To be clear, a large treasury will be in the interest of the whole community, increases the overall value of the project. Large treasury, more funds to incentivize research, more competition among researchers, better information. Having said that, a large holder base is not necessary to serve our ultimate purpose: build the most valuable alpha sharing community in crypto. This is a primary reason we are making our collection deflationary, which is described in the following. Deflation. Once per week for the first 6 months, we're using our treasury to buy back and burn all tokens that go below mint price. Very few projects do this, but we chose to do this for several reasons. We'll automatically yield the right collection size while simultaneously maximizing the upside for the community and minimizing the risk for the individual at mint date. We want to give early backers the confidence to buy into a project without taking financial risk. Our holder base doesn't need to be large, but it should be effective. Taste is subjective, and everyone should have the possibility to buy back a token they don't like and can't find a buyer for it. While this mechanism will reduce the size of the treasury if exercised, we believe that it will substantially increase the overall value of the project. So this is where the mint funds are going to go: 20% to the buyback reserve, 10% marketing, 10% founders, 5% early contributors, and 55% back to the community. Shows the post-mint allocation to the respective areas and should serve as an initial basis for budgeting. With few exceptions, our goal for the project is to be financially independent for 24 months after the first drop and pay for all expenses. A few important details to note. Founders. Allocation is vested and paid out in equal installments over the course of 1 year. This time frame should be sufficient to execute our roadmap to the point where all planned items have shipped. Additional collections are subject to separate vesting schedules. At the end of the first 6 months, returns on assets of the remaining buyback reserve will be added to the founder's share to provide additional incentive for raising token value. Community allocation will be used to fund everything related to research rewards, moderation, and surprises for holders. Marketing allocation contains everything related to grow the project from mint date forward. As tooling on Kadena is not on par with other chains to date, we will share the relevant addresses with the whole community to allow full transparency. Token reserve We'll mint a small number of random NFTs as a reserve for our treasury to facilitate selected collaborations and giveaways, and let the community's treasury participate in value increases of the collection. Here's our roadmap, which I'll go over in more detail in a few minutes. Plan journey, basically have plans for 2 collections and 1 conversion vial drop where the NFT can be converted. All 3 will be ownable and tradable freely, as well as provide access to exclusive information and benefits as described above. Here's the planned randomness. Community-driven projects tend to have a high level of entropy, which can help take projects to a whole new level as we execute our vision. We expect to encounter new ideas that are too good not to pursue. We warmly welcome and support this and invite everyone to contribute, be it for a suggestion for art, a game, events, changes to community mechanism, a unique experience for token holders, or the best NFT marketplace for Kadena. As project founders, we view it as our responsibility to jointly evaluate such initiatives together with the community and help secure the required resources to make things happen. There are no limits to what we can do. The growth strategy, the community, everything else equal, outstanding communities are what separate the best projects from mere good ones. The projects that grow very fast right from the beginning, i.e. appearing to be a big hit, are often purchasing their way into attraction through hidden marketing spend. But how sustainable is it really to have influencers send total strangers with exaggerated expectations into a pit to build a trusted relationship, especially when there is no existing group of people to guide their way? Incidentally, growth curves look very much alike in the very beginning, regardless of the exponent that makes it grow, but the very activities these people are doing during these early days is what makes all the difference down the line. There's an illustration of exponential curves with different growth factors. What makes great communities is not their size, but a shared understanding of their vision. Once there is an alignment of core principles, everyone who remains a member of the community becomes a proponent of its mission and values. With that in place, anything is possible. As such, we started this journey by inviting a small number of people who knew we were deeply rooted in either Kadena or Terra. We immediately got a positive response on the path from these OGs, and we'll use this same approach again for adding groups for other ecosystems. Apart from this active push, we are inviting everyone to be part of this journey from the very beginning. There are no restrictions to who can join. We welcome you with open arms and open mind, curious to hear what you're interested in and what you'd like to contribute to the mission. Scaling. Resting on the shoulders of the community, we're going to pull the best available levers to grow the project. During this stage, they'll put an increased emphasis on targeted partnerships and giveaways. In line with the overall philosophy, we will not be marketing this project to everyone, but be intentional about what communities we bring together. As the opportunity presents itself, we will selectively boost our effort towards direct payments, whitelist spots, and free mints with partners and conventional marketing methods. There's ASC Media. Probably the most essential piece of the puzzle will be the ASC YouTube channel and newsletter. On the YouTube channel, we will in podcast manner interview founders and contributors of early stage crypto projects and analyze these projects later on from an investor's point of view. We will also produce evergreen content to educate subscribers about the crypto space. Additionally, we will publish an ASC newsletter that will keep subscribers in the loop of what is happening in the crypto market, contain bits of alpha, and sums up topics we have been covering on the YouTube channel. All this information will be early accessible and free to NFT holders. We expect these channels to bring massive value to the AFC token holders as well as increase the popularity of the project itself. How to whitelist. So basically, they don't like the idea of grinding to get levels, to get whitelist spots and things like that. There are many great uses for dedicated attention, both for the benefit of the community as well as your own. So when in doubt, refer to this box and let it be reassurance that we want this community to be about thoughtful research, valuable conversations, and deep connections between individuals over everything else. The goal for this project is to deliver high-quality research to a large group of people and have meaningful discussions on it. To make it concrete, there are 3 ways to get a whitelist spot. Write a useful thread in the Club Alpha section of our Discord server. Help us establish partnerships with outstanding projects or people, competitions or community events, Twitter raffles, meme wars, invite contests, etc. Just keep an eye on the announcements channel in Discord and Twitter. That's the white paper. Next, we'll look at the roadmap. As I do in most videos, I won't go over all of this. We design the NFTs, they get the first 100 OFGs, whitelist outstanding contributors, threads open for everyone, launch Twitter, white paper, create website, close doors. This is where you only can get in if you're an NFT holder or a paid subscriber. They'll have their alpha threads, rewards, whitelist, ASC Media. They'll launch the podcast on YouTube, release a newsletter, project analysis and coding tutorials, which that'll be fun. I can't wait for some packed coding tutorials. Early access to NFT holders, new dimension, release a second series, release a 3D conversion files, automatic whitelist for Genesis holders, surprise collection, and then the DAO, government setup, extended multi-sig, working groups. So last, I'll show you Hypercent. The registration starts in 105 hours, which is October 3rd, I believe. So they'll have the registration on October 3rd. You'll have the whitelist round, lottery, public round, and reveal, which will be on the 12th. The NFT prices are 50 and 75. There's actually, if you're an OG, it's 25, 50 for whitelist, 75 for public. If there's any left for public, these may go rather quickly. And I will mention the lottery round. That's when you can stake hype and get lottery tickets to get an allocation to get an NFT. So if you didn't get a whitelist, you can actually come in here and stake some hype. It'll give you a good chance of getting into the lottery round. Here's some sneak peeks here. I've already gone over the overview, purpose and vision I've kind of talked about. There's some more. I just think they look great. A lot of different versions of them, a lot of traits. Here's where it talks about the OFGs. They give out 100 OFG roles to early supporters. Whitelist 50. You can whitelist up until the mint date. We'll be doing a lot of giveaways between now and then. And then public, it's first come, first serve. It says you can mint 2 Slayers in the public tier. Some more sneak peeks. Token utility. Kind of gone over some of that. There's the roadmap again. Here's the team. Yeti, sorry, however it's pronounced. King Slayer, Lazo Slayer, Howling Husky, Church Keeper, and Lewis. So as you can see, this is a pretty neat project. The holders of the NFTs will get some alpha later, which can help them with other investments or other opportunities. The NFTs are amazing looking. The team's solid. They have a lot of spaces that you can listen to. They interview a lot of projects. They ask some hard questions. They really do look and see if that project is going to be a legit project, if there's any red flags they see. They seem to do their due diligence when it comes to their research. I do want to mention they will be minting on the Marmalade standard. They'll be one of the very first projects, if not the first project, to be able to mint on that standard. So any other marketplace that uses that standard, you'll be able to list that Alpha Slayer NFT on those marketplaces. It won't be tied to just one marketplace. And that's how it'll be in the future for Marmalade. Any Marmalade standard NFT marketplaces, any of the NFTs can be listed there across all of them. So that'll be neat once that happens. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I appreciate the support from the community. Much love, everyone.